Greetings and welcome to fall in New York City. I am Ken McAuliffe. They call me the Jazz Vinyl Lover. Back again one more time to stare at my face for a few minutes. Today I want to talk to you about some unusual record labels that you don't see every day. Some are collectible, some are uncollectible. Not collectible. We'll start with really obvious things, which was kind of collectible. Strata East. A label, I think, maybe out of Philadelphia or Detroit in the 70s. They didn't know it, but they were recording what now is commonly referred to as spiritual jazz. You know, highly improvisational. Strata East, black jazz. Made a lot of great records, but not crazy expensive. You can even find them in mint condition. The next one, Self-Determination music by John Carter and Bobby Bradford on Flying Dutchman, which I believe was an offshoot, was yet another Bob Thiel label, or Creed Taylor label. I'm a little confused. I've even seen some of them where on the back of the album jacket has a photo of Creed Taylor. He just couldn't get enough of himself. But that's kind of an unusual one. They did some free jazz. They did a lot of almost CTI sounding stuff. This is one of my favorite unusual labels, Jazz Odyssey. This particular one is Joe Jones and Milt Buckner, and beautiful recordings. I mean, really excellent recordings. The French label. There's also a documentary, The Adventure of Jazz, I believe. You might be able to find it on the ever famous YouTube. But this is a double LP. They also did a great double LP of Joe Jones, just playing drums in different styles and talking on Jazz Odyssey, a really wonderful French label. These are sort of hard to find, but I've seen them on Discogs. And you know, Milt Buckner, Joe Jones, classic Americana. Milt Buckner was a real comedian, but a great player. Now this label, an offshoot of Prestige, not hard to find, but just kind of cool. Swingville, Western Exposure, Benny Carter, Ben Webster, and Barney Bigard. You know, Prestige had this Swingville series, which I guess was more trad oriented, and they had the Moodsville series, which was sort of the precursor 20 years prior to what smooth jazz became. It was mood music, but it was some of the Moodsville records are really great. They're very chilled and relaxed performances. And then out of Japan, the great Trio label. Is that upside down? Yes, it is. This record is Elvin Jones, live in Japan. Let's show you the cover because you don't see this record every day. Just a perfect example of Elvin Jones slamming it down with Roland Prince, Andy McLeod, Pat LaBarbera, and Frank Foster. This is top flight Japanese Elvin Jones. There's some great Japanese only records. They always sound tremendous. Those folks care about sound quality no matter what. Now we have the British imprint of Impulse, I believe, Sonnet Records. This is a George Russell record with the great John Christensen on drums. I was a drummer, so I always wanted, I can always remember who the drummers are on these records. But these are, high quality pressings. I think I had a Gabriel Zabor Sonnet as well, and maybe even a Shelly Manne record on Impulse. Pretty good pressings. This is not rare, but you don't see it every day. I believe it's an RCA offshoot, Sonny Rollins Metro Jazz, Sonny Rollins Trio. And I believe this was an RCA. No, it's part of Columbia. So maybe this was a Columbia imprint on a foreign label. I should show you the cover of this too, because it's a great Sonny Rollins album. My take on Sonny Rollins, after 1970, why bother? But he made so many great records before then. I think if Sonny had died, I mean, he's still thought of highly, one of the great tenor saxophone innovators, but he lived. Everybody else died. When they die, BYG Actuel. This is a Dewey Redman record. BYG Actuel is a French label. Dewey Red, Tariq. Sound quality varies. Performances vary. Some of them are live concerts. The little bit I know, the owner ripped off everyone in sight. This is an original pressing. They have been reissued, all the Actuel pressings, BYG Actuel. This is a cool record. It looks rather happy. Happy jazz. Would you like some happy jazz with your fries? Nexus and Enrico Rava. This is a cool record. You don't see it every day. Enrico Rava flugelhorn, Jorgen Nilsson tenor, Hakan Radin piano, Ulf Radelius bass, and Anders Lagerlof drums. I'm not sure where this is from. It's from the 70s. But, you know, for me, any Enrico Rava record is a record to buy. Very consistent. His ECM records are really great. Even to this day, one of the greats in my little book. Now, this is a strange record with the Alex Klein, the drumming brother of guitarist Nels Klein. I don't know if you can see that. Damn it. Anyway, it's the 810 label. Damil Shabaka and Alex Klein, Duo Infinity. There, you can see it. Just a, almost like a private press. Like a homemade pressing almost. I think I saw this somewhere. This is from Atten Records, Westwood Boulevard, Los Angeles, California. I don't see a date, but I'm assuming this is the early 70s. I honestly haven't listened to it a lot. I need to clean it. But anything that's kind of duo, free jazz, I am so there. Okay, I hope you find this interesting. I have even more. As I said, they're not all rare. Fontana, the British label, reissuing this incredible series, Communication Jazz Composers Orchestra. I believe it's a famous Swedish illustrator. The originals on Fontana are crazy. I bought this Japanese import for 20 bucks. This whole series with this artwork on this Fontana Japanese import label is worth getting. Nippon Phonogram. A bunch of them came into Jazz Record Center and I grabbed them right up. They lean towards the avant-garde, but they're all great. Really great recordings. Another Philips. I think of Philips and Fontana sort of similar. Both part of some English company. This is Philips. Luis Claudio Ramos, a Brazilian pressing, Musica Popular Brasilia Contemporânea. Hard to find. Brazilian records are hard to fucking find in the US. Here in New York we have Human Head, where Travis, his wife is Brazilian, so he gets amazing Brazilian records in the store. I highly recommend Human Head. If you come to New York City, you want to buy jazz records, you go to Jazz Record Center and you go to Human Head. I mean, Academy and all those stores are good too, but not like Human Head and obviously Jazz Record Center. And I tell everyone, if you have more time, you go to Darren Revila's store out in Millbrook, New Jersey. Revila Grooves and Gear. Ogun, the great free jazz label. These are always worth getting. I love these records. This is the Mike Osborne Trio Border Crossing with the great Louis Maholo on drums. So Ogun records, very valuable, hard to find. They just don't show up very often. There's the cover. This is a great Ogun Trio record. Now this is strange because I think of Immediate as a rock and roll label. Yet this is, I think, the debut record of Mark Murphy, Who Can I Turn To? And 11 other great jazz standards. This is a British pressing. You can see the folded edges. Maybe you can see them. But great record. I love Mark Murphy. Unheralded singer. Made a lot of great records. Really, really, really swung his ass off. One of the great. To me, you have Betty Carter and you have Mark Murphy. Two ends of the same coin. Even though Murphy was maybe, since he was a dude, they try to make him more romantic. I don't know what label this is. United International, New York Art Quartet, and Amiri Baraka. This might be a reissue. I'm not positive. Can you see that there upside down? Anyway. For free jazz, New York, this is a must-have record. Milford Graves, Roswell Rudd, John Tachai, Louis Worrell, Amiri Baraka on Recitation. This is I believe this is an original pressing, or maybe it's not. I'll pay $15 for it. But another strange little New York label. There are so many of them. I don't have that many, but I thought you might get a kick out of seeing the ones I do have. I'll try not to go on forever and ever with this. This is not a hard label to find, but this is the current reissue of the Munks Soundtrack on Sam Records. Sam Records, one of the greatest modern jazz labels. They do really beautiful pressings, all reissues, and when you see it, buy it, because they go out of print really quickly, and they're great pressings. This came out just a while ago. It's the single disc from that box set, I think of a couple of record store days ago. Really worth having. This is truly a strange label. I'll show the cover first because it's just so bizarre. Michael Smith, Geo Music, really flimsy cover. I think this may be a Polish deal on Polskin Nagrana. Jeez, I don't know. Really weird label. Polskin Nagrana. Musa Stereo, made in Poland. Michael Smith. I think he played trumpet. I think he smoked a lot of dope. But hey, didn't we all back in the day smoke a lot of dope? I know I did. That's why I can't remember anybody's name. Moving along, I don't have a couple more. I hope you find this relatively interesting. This is a weird on Roker Records. Not Mickey Roker either. A Nina Simone record on Roker Records. And I love the cover. Don't stare at it too long, your head will explode. Right on! Right on, bitches! That's a really cool record. And that is kind of a hard record to find. I've only seen it once, and I bought it. Nina Simone on Roker Records. Then we have another BYG Actuel. I'm getting better at this now, see? And this is a great record. Hard to find. Archie Shepp, Bill Dixon, Peace. Classic Archie Shepp. Classic Bill Dixon, the great Bill Dixon. And I love these little folded, look at that old sleeve, isn't that beautiful? And these sort of things sort of mattered. Then finally, another, I believe this is Polish. Sferages Radio, peoples. Wadzarska. This is just some strange record I picked up. I think at Brown Gold or Brown Poop Gold Records, that store out in Carroll Gardens. What a shitty store that is. I'm sorry, it just sucks. They refuse to alphabetize their records. Never mind putting them in the categories. Anyway, Kim McCall, Jazz Vinyl Lover. I hope you got a kick out of this. I hope you have a great weekend. And check out my Facebook group, Jazz Vinyl Lovers, on Facebook. Check out my reviews and Stereophile. Check out, just check out. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.